Metal fabrication includes the design, engineering, and production of components and assemblies for a variety of uses. Here in north central Massachusetts, there are quite a few companies that make large-scale, highly specialized products, including propulsion systems for military applications, huge assemblies to control water flow at dams, a groundbreaking proton therapy medical device for cancer treatment, energy production, and aerospace. The jobs available in this kind of manufacturing range from welding to quality inspection to computerized design and engineering. Some require specialized skills and training, many require a college degree. And some of these jobs are not always being done by who you might expect.
My name is Sarah Kennedy and I'm 23 years old.
My name is Ryan. I work at Raynor Incorporated. I'm one of the engineer programmers up here in the machine shop.
My name is Valmore Karen. I currently work for Raynor right now. I'm CNC machinist.
My name is Joseph Cohen. I've been at Steel Fab for about 7 years now. Came right out of college, and I've been designing gates for all kinds of different projects around the country.
My name is Andrew Chichinskis. I work at Raynor Incorporated, and I'm a welder fabricator here in the shop.
Many people still think of manufacturing as being something like this: dirty, back-breaking work for long hours with low pay, doing jobs that are disappearing overseas. The reality is that modern manufacturing is cutting edge, using robotics, laser-guided tooling, computerized controls, and precision machining.
Working in this industry is definitely a lot different. It's bigger scale, not at all what I was expecting coming out of high school to be doing all these big jobs.
I went to Western New England College in Springfield, Mass. for mechanical engineering. I got started, I moved into Raynor working in the QC department, running the laser tracker, doing all the inspection on all these giant parts. And eventually I just moved up here, started helping these guys out up in the programming office. Well, right here I'm working on a bunch of pieces for an assembly of hydrofoil. It's like an airplane wing for underwater to create lift to pull the boat up out of the water. Less drag, better fuel efficiency.
Going to vocational school, I knew I could learn a trade, and I picked welding. It was probably my second or third choice going in there, and once I went through it, tested it out for a week, ended up being my first choice. I really enjoyed it. Favorite part of the job is just getting to do the different things we get to do in here, and it's a big variety of stuff. You're never doing the same thing day in and day out here.
Currently working on a project for Chicago, the city of Chicago, where we're putting in some large gates to control the flow of water in their underground tunnel systems. We start sketching out things in 2D, where they're using just an AutoCAD or even pencil and paper, and we get an idea of how things are going to go together, and then the next step is to really model it. And when we model it, we draw it in 3D using the 3D software. When I was in high school, I enjoyed working with math and the sciences and that sort of thing, and so that sort of got me into the idea of engineering. I also participated in a robotics team from my high school, and that got me interested in things like motors and mechanics and that sort of thing. And so I had an experience with it, and when I got to looking at colleges and seeing really what you could do with engineering, that's what really got me excited about getting into the field. So I went to UMass Lowell and got engineering that way.
It's a trade you're never going to master. There's always room for improvement. Favorite part of the job, I'd say, is the challenge of creating something from nothing and building and assembling something and learning how it all works. It makes you more motivated to come to work every day. It really does.
In Massachusetts, the average annual salary of a manufacturing job is over $75,000. For a non-manufacturing job, it's less than $55,000.
Our welders and machinists are, in the $20 to $30 an hour range.
Money's good. For this area, it's very good. I don't know many people that make as much as I do.
There's a lot of good money involved with it, and people don't realize that. They really don't.
When you go to the salary folks, It's, you know, it's not uncommon to certainly to start somewhere in the 40 or 50 and be able to earn up into the 100 and above range.
In North Central, manufacturing employs 14,000 people, more than any other industry. 67% of companies in Massachusetts plan to expand in the next 5 years.
In general, when you talk about manufacturing in the United States, as you've seen in the media a little bit, it's starting to come back. Those jobs that were offshored are now coming back to the United States, and that's encouraging.
Pick back up, and you can really see it as far as the amount of work and the hours you're working and the stuff that's coming through here.
In Massachusetts, a recent study showed that we will need to replace 100,000 manufacturing jobs over the next 10 years, largely due to older workers retiring. Nationally, the projection is 10,000 jobs per day becoming available due to retirement, and skilled people are needed to fill them.
It's a very serious issue in manufacturing. There's a lot of tribal knowledge, a lot of experience that goes into making the type of employee that we need.
We've increased our employment over the past 3 months by over 60 people. And we still need about 10 to 15 more, and we're having a real hard time finding them.
One of the clearest paths when people are looking to develop a career in metal fabrication, for example, like we do, is clearly the vocational school. There are, however, some new programs under development. Mount Wachusett Community College is in the process of even expanding sort of the pilot program they did for some manufacturing training.
Good pay, benefits, and a rewarding career. If you're interested in science and technology, or just good working with your hands.
I think manufacturing is good for people if you're not the office person. Got to be on the go and got to be doing different things, and if that's for you, then manufacturing is the place to be.
There's not a day that goes by in manufacturing that you don't see something that you haven't seen before, or learn something they haven't learned before, and you know, from that aspect, it's extremely attractive to me, so that's why I've stayed in it.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Actually be able to walk up to something and go, oh, I made that.
It's new every day, it's challenging every day, it's frustrating every day. But at the end of the day, you really do feel like you accomplished something, and you can look forward to a different experience tomorrow when you come to work. So that's something that I don't think every type of career offers. And it's something that I certainly find appealing in custom manufacturing here in Massachusetts.
If you are interested in learning more about a future career in manufacturing, contact your guidance counselor about courses available at Fitchburg State University and Mount Wachusett Community College, and inquire about tours arranged through North Central Mass Development Corporation.